Well, how about that? Hello, beautiful people. Carl here from Games, Brains and Headbanging Live. gbhblofficial for short. First video in my new gaff. And it's a big one. First announcement of Slam Dunk 2026. Oh, yes, Slam Dunk has announced a ton of bands for its festival next year. Of course, the two-day event, one taking place in London, Hatfield, and the other taking place in Leeds. Same lineup, just different days. Effectively, if you don't know, it's a festival that kind of leans towards the pop punk, ska, alternative side of music. It's been headlined by the likes of Ed Shikari, Yumi at Six in previous years. Bands like Sum 41 have played there. Last year we had Electric Callboy, and we're regular attendees now. We always, well, for the past few years, go to the London version of it, seeing as we're from London, and it's a big old family affair. Always thoroughly enjoyable to get a big crowd down, everybody having a good time, youngsters, old. It's always a great start, not to the festival season, because at that point we've done a few other ones, but outdoor season in particular. I've always had a great time, even in the year where nobody seemed to have a good time. We had a good time that year as well. And the first announcement has happened. So I'm going to basically talk you through the bands and tell you who I'm excited to see and why. Good Charlotte. European exclusive, the headliners. What are we saying? What are we saying about this? Listen, I grew up on a diet of Good Charlotte. Not grew up, sorry, that's the wrong words, because I was in my freaking 20s when they were big. I've got a long-standing relationship with Good Charlotte, including with a close friend of mine as well, particularly certain albums, Young and Hopeless. And I've seen them live a fair few times in the past too, when they were kind of doing the rounds and playing places like Brixton back in the day. I've seen Good Charlotte a fair few times, more times than you would actually maybe believe. But it's been a very, very long time, and I think this is going to be a blast. I'm really happy with this as a headliner. It'll be a lot of fun. Sublime, first ever UK show. Now, look, forgive me, but I'm very unfamiliar. I'm very unfamiliar with Sublime. Seems like a big deal. I'm not sure why, and I'm going to investigate. Tell me in the comments, why should I care or be excited about Sublime coming over and playing their first ever UK show and being quite high up on the bill? I can tell you why I'm excited for Taking Back Sunday. Oh, my emo heart. I wasn't really into emo at any stage, but there were plenty of emo bands, alternative bands like this that I really digged, and Taking Back Sunday were one of them. A special 20th anniversary celebration of Louder Now, which I presume is going to be the album for. And normally I'm not hot on doing albums in full at festivals, but you know what? I don't think I've ever seen Taking Back Sunday live. I can't remember if I have, but I'm pretty sure I haven't. And yeah, to see Louder now in full, it's basically that's my highlight of the festival so far. Can't wait for Taking Back Sunday. I'm gonna regress back to my youth and just have a blast with them. As in the band, look, I know the hits. That's about it. Not too fussed either way. Alistair, not too familiar with them. Broadside, name's rings a bell, but not too familiar either. Bury Tomorrow, very familiar with this band. Up and Down, always with them. Seen them live a fair few times as well. New album was great. It's metalcore at Slam Dunk. It fits these days, and I'm excited to see them. I always have a good time at a Bury Tomorrow show. Speaking of having a good time as well, Cats About. It's been a while, so really pleased to see them at Slam Dunk. That feels like a cool little addition as well, the punky edge that they have. Cartel Chroma, is that? I don't know if I know who that is. I'm going to have a little better look at that. Cartel Chroma celebrating. No, Cartel is the band celebrating 20 years of Chroma. Well, that tells you all you need to know there. I ain't got a clue who that is. I'll have to look into it. Dashboard Confessional. Speaking about emo stuff, man. I'm not that big of a fan, but this is an opportunity as far as I'm concerned. So I am 100% going to be looking forward to checking out the Dashboard Confessional. How much fun! Driveways, don't know them. Goldfinger, not a fan. Not a fan. There'll be something on elsewhere, so that pretty much means I will give that a wide berth. Hawthorne Heights, I know of them, but I wouldn't necessarily say I know a lot by them. The same kind of goes with Motion City Soundtrack. I'm a bit more familiar with them, but I've had opportunities to see this band before, and I've always kind of passed it up. So I don't really think I'm going to go out of my way at Slam Dunk 2026 unless there's nothing else on. President. This continues to be an anomaly, in music. They're certainly blowing up. And And I guess if you want me to be honest, I'm not entirely sure why just, yeah, outside of the kind of gimmick. I've heard the songs and I'm not hearing anything to get particularly excited about. That is my apologies for that. That is my ring doorbell going off. It's super sensitive at the moment. I need to turn that down. And I didn't have my phone on silent. But yeah, I'm not really on board yet, but I am intrigued. I don't buy into the whole like industry plant stuff and all of that. I think that can be a little childish, and just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's, automatically a negative thing. There's a way of making music at the moment, and certainly a way of getting big, and it involves crossing over to the mainstream. Um, it seems like those involved in President have the same idea as those involved in Ghost and those involved in Sleep Token. You can't criticize one and not the other, aside from perhaps if you don't like the music. What I hear from President, I'm not particularly inspired. Why? Do I not think it's terrible? No. And I do want to see what a show's like. Now, I'm likely to get my chance at Takedown, probably over Slam Dunk, because I don't know if I'd got on my way at Slam Dunk unless there's nothing else on. But we shall see. The jury's out on President is what I'm effectively saying. So he goes, though. Jury is in on that one. Love this band. Very happy to see them there. Stand Atlantic. Take it or leave it. Not too fussed. The home team. Not familiar with the Menzingers. That's cool. That's a cool band to have on there. Not a big fan, but happy to have them there. The same goes with the Suicide Machines. Tonight Alive. Not too familiar with. And pleased to see on People there. Oh, I've seen on People before, and they're mightily good live. And a bit of Zebrahead never does any harm. They're the kind of band that kind of makes me roll my eyes until I'm there with a beer and I'm having a blast. And that is the current lineup of Slam Dunk 2026. Of course, many more bands to be announced, but I'm happy with this. For me, there's enough there already to warrant a ticket. I have been to a Slam Dunk where there was almost nothing there for me. I've been to a Slam Dunk where there was too much there for me. Right now, this, with his first set of bands, sort of sits in the middle, from Good Charlotte to Taking Back Sunday to Bury Tomorrow to Cancer Bats, Dashboard Confessional, maybe President, On People, Set Your Goals. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I'm really excited to see what comes next. I believe tickets are going on sale. Early bird tickets are going on sale this weekend. So if you want to get them nice and early, get on it. Slam Dunk's a weird one. You never really know if it's got a chance of selling out quickly or you've got plenty of time to get your tickets. Obviously, prices increase after the early bird rounds. And some years it's been super popular, some years not. We shall see. I think the festival's growing in size. I think the festival's becoming more and more popular. So I'd say don't hang around. If you want those tickets, get them as soon as possible. We'll be there, will you? Let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It does help us out. You can find us at gbhbl.com and across all social media platforms. And if you really want to give us a bit of extra support, please consider buying us a cup of coffee over on our coffee page. Thank you.